This time we'll visit Lycaeus, a barren moon of the planet Kiavar. Kiavar was a dystopian world ruled by guilds. Justice or human dignity meant nothing to them. Those who opposed the guilds were sent to Lycaeus along with criminals and enslaved. When a baby Primarch fell in a Lycian mine, he was discovered by the political prisoners toiling there, and they hid the baby from the mine's cruel overseers. Seeing the Primarch's unnaturally fast maturation, the slaves believed the child to be their savior, so they named him Corvus Corax, which means just that in their native language. Little did they know that one day he would be Lord of the 19th Legion, the Raven Guard. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Corax was brought up by the slaves. Later, the Primarch swore that he would liberate them. Fortunately for Corax and the Imperium, his mentors counseled him to bide his time. As advised, Corax first observed his enemies and found his unique ability, that he could become technically invisible if he wished to. His ability only affected the minds of organics, while other artificial detection methods remained able to see him. But with this ability, Corax could infiltrate and gather information. When the Primarch reached his majority, he led his comrades to steal weapons and ammunition, while also sabotaging key systems. The revolution that would end centuries of oppression was finally ready to begin. Freedom fighters and prisoners under Corax's command defeated the overseers and took control of Lycaeus, the prison moon of Kiavar. Then they renamed the moon Deliverance. As they were fortifying their position, they found a stockpile of atomic barrages. This was the moment that the Emperor came to reclaim his lost son. The two spoke for long hours, and the next day the Emperor returned alone without Corax. Meanwhile, the guilds of Kiavar were preparing for a counterattack. With their numbers and military strength, there was no way that the freedom fighters could defeat them head-on. So Corax unwillingly ordered the use of the discovered ordnance to nuke the cities of Kiavar. With their greatest cities decimated, the guilds had no option but to capitulate. So with that, Kiavar was liberated. The bombardment killed thousands of innocents, but liberated millions. Corax learned about making hard choices, and some suspect the Emperor meant for Corax to learn that when he left him behind and came back alone. After the liberation, Corax took command of the 19th Legion. Most of the first initiates of the 19th were from the Xeric tribes on Terra. They were most infamous for watching over vanquished enemies and brutally crushing any signs of dissent or disapproval. Corax vehemently despised this slaver-like demeanor, so he displaced several of the highest-ranking officers, rooted out the Xeric culture, and assigned those from Deliverance as his senior commanders. The 19th were already good at recon, infiltration, target identification, and the like. And since guerrilla tactics was Corax's speciality, it's no wonder that the Raven Guard became even more specialized in that area. They had notably more recon squads than other legions, and every legionary received recon training. The line between the tactical squads and recon squads was very blurred, and even the Primarch himself went on recon missions from time to time. In combat, the Raven Lord would often lead small detachments on deep infiltration missions where they would strike at the heart of an enemy, while the main Raven Guard force served as a distraction. Due to this stealthy approach to warfare, the Remembrancers, that were tasked with recording the events of the Great Crusade, could only record the results of their battles most of the time. The Raven Guard use infiltration-specialized vehicles. These include the ones provided by Mars and Kiavar original transports. The Kiavaran artificers decided to keep the specifics and production of their technology a secret, something the Mechanicum wasn't happy about. The iconic Mark VI Astartes power armor was actually successfully field-tested by the Raven Guard, which resulted in it being approved for mass production, which is why Mark VI armor is also called Corvus armor. Thanks to their stealth specialization, Corax's instruction and style of war, the Raven Guard were and are very effective at waging war, achieving results far beyond what would be expected of forces their size. There doesn't seem to be many videos about Corvus and the Raven Guard, which is a shame as they have a very logical style of warfare, and the thing Corvus becomes in later books is, well, equal parts shocking and awesome in my opinion. The comic is made by the talented Dong Gul Troll. You can tell the strips he makes are real labors of love, and he deserves more visibility in the community. I'll leave his links to his blog and Amazon page below if you'd like to check them out. As always, thank you so much for clicking on the video. If you liked it and would like to see more, including our original short stories, please consider subscribing to become a member of our ever-growing Imperium of subscribers. Thank you and goodbye until our next adventure.